today I'm here to talk about self-publishing in Australia and in particular print on demand. I'm doing this basically because if you're in the same boat as me and you just have no idea what you're doing, I just want to give some of my research away, and hopefully from that you can choose what you want to do. If you want to self-publish, if you want to do print on demand, and even if you just want to go with a traditional publisher, hopefully I can settle that out for you. Currently, I am in the process of publishing my first novel. But the first thing that I've really learned is that you need to do a lot of research. A lot. Print on demand, if you don't know, it's a form of publishing where you basically have your whole book ready. It's got your manuscript is absolutely complete, it's edited, you have the cover, the format's perfect, you've got the font, everything. Sometimes you might have to buy a barcode and an ISBN. It depends what company you go with and whether or not you want to buy your own or buy the company's. I can do a whole separate video on that kind of stuff as well, so if you're interested, I can do that. So one of the things that I've noticed, which has been extremely difficult, is finding the right company for me. Really make sure that it's suited to your personal preferences as well. So I originally decided to go with CreateSpace. Now, I've heard a lot of positive feedback on CreateSpace. It's free sign up, it's free title setup, so you're giving away your book and they're printing and distributing it out to the world and putting it on Amazon free, and you're basically just getting royalties. So there wasn't really any harm in doing that to me, which is why I did want to go with CreateSpace. Then I did research, and living in Australia kind of sucks for this reason. Mainly because it's a US company. Therefore, if you want to go with CreateSpace, you are not going to get paid in Australian dollars. You will get paid in checks, I think, or you will need to sign up for an American bank account, or you can get a thing. What's the thing called? Or you can get a thing called Payoneer. The second thing that kind of changed my mind about CreateSpace was tax. So CreateSpace withholds 30% of tax if you don't have a tax treaty with the US. Luckily Australia does, and it brings it down to 5%, so you get 5% tax for every book you sell. However, to confirm that you can get this... What's that? There are bugs in my room. They're probably orbs. There's just... I'm not even a person, I'm a ghost. Cover blown. Maybe I'm just being lazy, but it looks like a lot of trouble just so you can get lowered tax. What you need to do is apply for an ITIN, which is an individual tax identification number in the US, or you need to get an EIN, which is an employer identification number. And you get this by calling the IRS, and you need to fill out an SS4 form. You might need to do a W8BEN, and there's just a lot of complicated jazz. And keep in mind, this is all very opinionative. I'm meant to be a writer. What are words? So if this suits you, go for it. I'm very unconfident in my ability to figure this all out in my tiny little brain. That's two of the main reasons I didn't want to go with CreateSpace. The third reason being that it is an American-based printing. They print in America. Since no one actually knows about my book or knows me, or I'm just unknown to the world, it's going to be very little sales internationally, and therefore my sales will probably be, at the moment, due to my lack of marketing, a very select crowd of family and friends who all live in Australia. The problem with CreateSpace is that it's exclusively Amazon unless you go with an extended distribution. However, it's still probably going to be printed in the US, and I don't want people to pay just as much for the book as it will cost for shipping, or shipping might be more. It sucks. It sucks living here. Why do we live here? But, you know, look, if you're okay with that, then go with CreateSpace. There's really nothing to lose except for time and a lot of patience, from what I've learnt. So for all these reasons, I've basically decided to go with NvmSpark. This is the best option, personally for me, since there is a printing facility place thing in Australia. Therefore, shipping will be a lot cheaper. It's wider distribution channels. It's the largest distribution channel out there, I'm pretty sure. That may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. It also pays into an Australian bank account, and that's good. That's very good for me. I don't want to deal with checks. I don't want to have to go to the bank every time like I would have to with CreateSpace, unless if I open a US bank account and transfer funds into Australian dollars and do the currencies. It's a lot of work that I'm not cut out for, and I will probably do something wrong. It doesn't withhold tax either, which is... I don't remember writing that down. So it doesn't withhold tax, unlike CreateSpace. That's what I've written down, but I may have to look into that more. And the only thing you need for NvmSpark is to have an ABN and be registered for GST. I think NvmSpark also can do PayPal, which... that's a bonus. I like PayPal, and I like being paid straight into my bank account in Australian dollars. I think that's very awesome. Ngram also have printing facilities in a lot of different countries, unlike CreateSpace. I think there's a printing place in England. That's probably wrong. Don't hold me to that. But if someone in England buys my book, then they'll print it there and it's cheaper. It sounds a lot more efficient to me. Don't get me wrong, I've heard a lot of bad things about NvmSpark. I've heard a lot of bad things about CreateSpace too. There's no perfect print-on-demand company, which is what I've learned through a lot of research. And I can delve into that a lot more if you're interested, and if you just are clueless like me and don't know where to go. So currently, those are my plans on how I'm going to self-publish my book, if it will ever happen, which I really hope it will, but it's a work in progress, and yours will be too, so I'm sorry. It's really frustrating, and I'm so tired. But please let me know how you're going. What company do you think works best? Have you heard anything bad or good about any of the companies I've suggested? And if you like more videos like this, I have a whole books filled with research on different companies, and I have a lot of opinions, and all this is just based on my personal preferences and just random things that I've read on the internet. I don't know anyone personally exactly who have gone with these companies. So yeah, I'm not a professional in this. My heart goes out to you if you're from Australia and you want to go with CreateSpace, but there's so much trouble to go through. But there's hope all the same. So thank you for watching, and hopefully I will see you guys soon.